Good evening. Good evening. Believe you can hear me. If you can hear me, drop a comment. Sure you had a great day. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Evening, Mr. Joseph. How was the day? Evening. I greet you all. I greet you all. Hope you had a great day. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear and you can see my screen. Please confirm. If you have any question, if you have any pair you want me to analyze, please drop it in the comment section. If you have any question or any pair you want me to analyze, drop it in the comment section. Okay, so let's start by looking at the calendar. Tomorrow is 7th of May, and okay, by 11:45, NZD employment change and unemployment rate will be released by 11:45 p.m. That's like 1 hour 30 minutes from now. Okay, so let's see, May 7, which is tomorrow, Wednesday. We are expecting three major news from the United States: the federal funds rate, FOMC statement, and FOMC press conference will hold tomorrow by between 7 and 7:30 p.m. Okay, and FOMC is a major news. It's a major news. So if you don't know how to trade the fundamentals, please don't trade USD pairs tomorrow. And if you want to take the risk, ensure that you're very conservative. Okay, tomorrow is not the day you should over leverage. Don't try to gamble tomorrow. Don't try to gamble on USD pairs tomorrow. Okay. I personally wouldn't be trading the USD pairs tomorrow. Okay, I would be looking at USD pairs on Thursday and on Friday. Tomorrow, I would avoid trading USD pairs because of FOMC. Because from experience, I've noticed that when FOMC statement is being expected, most times price goes into a range, and that's why I don't trade. I avoid trading on FOMC day. If I want to trade on FOMC day, I'll consider trading cross-currency pairs, JPY pairs, or other cross-currency pairs like Euro, Aussie, GBP, Australian dollar. Yes, they have the news. US dollar news or US news will definitely have impact on all other currency pairs, but the major impact will be seen on USD pairs. Okay, it will be seen on USD pairs. So that is why I don't trade dollar pairs on FOMC day. Okay, so tomorrow 7:30 FOMC press conference will hold. Okay, so let's go to the chart. So let's look at DXY and yen basket. Okay, if we are able to define the trend on yen basket and also the trend on dollar, we know what trades to take on currency pairs. Okay, the major currency pairs and the yen pairs. Okay, so that is why we look at DXY and the yen basket. We want to know the trend of the yen and also the trend of the dollar. So let's start with DXY. I told you guys yesterday or in the morning session we had. Okay, it was today. I told you guys the dollar will be bearish today, and I think it's been bearish today. Yeah, see, the dollar has been bearish today. I hope you made some good money on the dollar. Hope you made some good money trading, buying, selling the dollar. Selling the dollar. You can see all through today, the dollar was bearish. It was bearish. It was bearish. Price pulled back, tested the resistance, this previous resistance level. Price pulled back, tested that resistance. There was a strong rejection from that resistance, and there's a high probability that the dollar would come for this low, this relative equal low. I think that is where the dollar is heading to. Okay, I think it's heading to this zone, and at this point, I think a fair value gap was created. I shared that with you guys in the morning session. Okay, we have a fair value gap. I think it's 4 hour. We identified the fair value gap here. You can see the fair value gap on 4 hour time frame. So I think it will come, fill this fair value gap. Okay, this will be the first target. This fair value gap will be the first target. This will be the first target. Okay, this will be the first target for the dollar. If it breaks out successfully from this zone, then it's going to come for this liquidity. Okay, so that's my position on the dollar. I am still very bearish on the dollar. Still bearish on the dollar. I might be considering going bullish after price clears the liquidity residing at this low, depending on the candlestick pattern that forms when price gets into this zone. If a bullish reversal pattern forms here, I'll look out for my setup to buy dollar index. Okay, but if price breaks out from this zone, then it's going to aim for this next draw on liquidity, which is this lows, this previous lows. That's my take on dollar index. I am still bearish. Hello, can you all see my screen, please? Mr. Gabriel said he can't see my screen. Others can see my screen, Mr. Gabriel. So I think the challenge is from your end. Please confirm. Can you all see my screen? Can you see my screen? Please confirm you can see my screen. Mr. Gabriel says he can't see my screen. Others should please confirm. Everything is okay here. Please confirm you all can see my screen. So that's my take on the dollar. I am still very bearish on the dollar. So let's look at yen basket. Yen basket. Okay, yen basket. This is 4 hour. Others can see my screen, Mr. Gabriel, please. I think the issue is from your hand, not from my hand. So let's start with the daily. I think today yen was bullish today, as you can see. It was bullish, and that's the reason GBP JPY, Euro JPY was bearish today. You can see also today yen was bullish, and that is why Euro JPY, US JPY, GBP JPY were bearish today. Okay, and I think price just tested. I think price just tested a fair value gap. Let's see on 4 hour. So price just filled this fair value gap. Price just filled this fair value gap. I think we had a fair value gap here also. After the formation of this pattern, I think there's a fair value gap above this, and that could be the reason price broke out from that level, or probably it went above this fair value gap here. You can see here we had an area of liquidity. That could be the reason price broke out from that fair value gap on. You can see this, you can see this high, this previous high, which is an area of liquidity. I think that was what price went for, to play the liquidity, because there are a lot of retail traders that have executed sell after the formation of this doji, and most will still have their stop loss residing at this previous high. Can you see that? So I think that could be the reason they pushed price above the fair value gap we identified on 4 hour time frame. So with what we have on 1 hour time frame, I think yen would sell. I think yen would sell with what we have on this is 1 hour time frame. You can see after price cleared liquidity, look at the pattern that formed here. We had a spinning top, and we have an engulfing candle here. You can see this is a bearish reversal pattern. So if I would sell yen, I would want to see price 1 hour candle close below the low of this candle, and the low of this this support. This is my demand zone. This is my demand zone. If 1 hour candle closes below this zone, I would be considering selling yen. It means GBP JPY, Euro JPY, US JPY should be bullish if the yen would be bearish. Okay, so that's my take on the yen basket. Okay, tomorrow I think yen will be bearish tomorrow if price will break out from this support zone. Is that clear? So let's look at pairs. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, please let me know. Drop it in the comment section. Mr. Joseph requested for GJ. Okay, we'll look at GJ in a few minutes. GJ in a few minutes. Let's see GBP USD, Euro USD, then we'll look at GJ, GBP USD. So we should be considering selling GBP USD. Sorry, we should be considering buying. We should look for buys since dollar index is bearish at the moment. Since dollar index is bearish at the moment, we should be looking for buys on GBP USD. Okay, so let's start with the daily time frame. Daily was bullish. It was bullish. Now on the daily, you can see price just filled a fair value gap, and I think that is the reason for the retracement, for the rejection. Can you see this fair value gap it created here? Can you see? Price filled that fair value gap, and there's a rejection from that gap. Let's go down to 4 hour to see how 4 hour candlestick closed. The last 4 hour for yesterday market. Let's see how it closed. Okay, so this is what we had on 4 hour time frame. I think this was the last candle on the 4 hour time frame. Fair value gap presiding at this area was cleared. Now we have this pattern on 4 hour. Let's go down to 1 hour. Let's see what we have on 1 hour. Okay, so this is what we have on 1 hour. Okay, this is what we have on 1 hour. And the market is currently trading below the low of this candle. Yeah, it broke out 1 hour candle closed below the low of this candle, indicating that supply is increasing and demand is decreasing. If this pattern formed during the London or New York session, I would have taken this trade. But because this formed during the late hours of towards the closing of New York session, that's the reason I wouldn't take this trade. But if it was in London or New York session, I would have executed this trade. That is between 3 to 5 p.m. Nigerian time, and for London session between 8 to 11 a.m. Nigerian time. I would have executed this trade, but because this is late hours of the day, I don't trade anything from 5. I don't like taking trades. Once it's 5 p.m., I'm done for the day. If these are formed during between 3 to 5 p.m., I would have executed this trade. Okay, so my bias here is still bullish, or might say a little retracement on GU. We might see a little retracement on GU. Okay, we might see a little retracement from GU, and if price breaks out from this resistance tomorrow, you should expect more buys. For those who have not executed a buy on GU, I took a buy on EU today, and I made some good profit on GU, close to 70 pips on EU. So if you're considering joining the trend tomorrow, you could wait for breakouts above this resistance before you buy. Okay, you could wait for a breakout from that resistance level before you buy. I hope that is clear. Okay, so that's my take on GBP USD. I am still bullish on GBP USD. Let's see Euro USD, then we'll look at GJ. Euro USD, same pattern, similar pattern with GU. Should have a similar pattern. Okay, so this is what we have on the 1 hour time frame. Let's start with the daily. So this is the daily time frame. Daily yesterday was strongly bullish. Okay, so strongly bullish, and I think it is still bullish. think it's still bullish. Let's see. Okay, so let's see how 4-hour candle closed. Okay, so this is what we have on 4-hour. I think there was a breakout from this resistance. There was a breakout from this resistance. I think the candle closed above it, right? There was a breakout from that resistance, and also I think price tested this previous high. I shared this with you guys in the morning that there's a high probability they will come for the liquidity resetting at this previous high, and that they achieved. They achieved it, and also we still have areas of liquidity here that I think EU might want to clear. Then above these areas of liquidity, you can still have this here also. And above all these areas of liquidity, we have a fair value gap here. So that fair value gap could be the next draw on liquidity. This fair value gap, I think, will be the next draw on liquidity. Okay, so that is my expectation on Euro USD. If I would say Euro USD, price needs to come into this zone. Selling Euro, but at the moment, I'm very bullish. So from the current market price is 1.1369 to 1.1451. I think that's about 90, close to 100 pips. Close to 100 pips from this point to this point, close to 100 pips. So that's my take on Euro USD. I'm still very bullish on Euro USD. I hope that is clear. Any question, let me know in the comment section. So let's look at GBP JPY. GBP JPY. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, please drop it in the comment section. I've noticed that it is when I'm done with the class, most of you drop your questions or preferred pairs that I want me to analyze. It is after the class I see your comments. So let's look at GBP JPY. Okay, so as you can see, all through today, GBP/JPY was, what did I click on now? Okay, GBP/JPY was bearish today. It was bearish today at some point, but I took this buy, and I think I lost close to 20 pips on GJ. I took this buy. And the reason I took this buy, I shared it in the WhatsApp group. This liquidity here got filled. That is the reason I took that buy. I know GJ is going to sell soon. I think this move was just to clear liquidity. A lot of retail traders like me that have entered by after the formation of this candle, because if you go down to lower time frame, you would see, I think, some bullish reversal pattern. Let's see on lower time frame. Let's see 1 hour. Okay, so you can see what we had on 1 hour. If you go down, let's see 15 minutes. So you can see the pattern we had on 15 minutes. You can see it. You can see the pattern. This is a bullish reversal pattern that formed here. You can see that. And that was the reason I took that trade. I didn't take too much risk on it, just 20 pips. My stop loss was 20 pips from my entry, 20 pips. Okay, so as it is now, GJ is still bearish as it is now. It is still bearish. But this will not be the right time to sell GJ. I think if GJ will continue with his bearish move, it has to do a little retracement. Okay, it has to do a little retracement. Okay, so that's my expectation on GJ. So that's my expectation. So they might want to just clear the liquidity residing at this low. Maybe you can see we had this low here. They might want to clear the liquidity residing at this low before going bullish. Because you can see here we had a fair value gap here, and this move was used to fill the fair value gap it created here. And they know that after that fair value gap has been filled and that bullish reversal pattern formed, they know a lot of retail traders have executed buy, and their stop losses will be residing at that low of that candle. Okay, so they might want to come and clear this low before going bullish. That's what I see playing out on GJ. That's what I see playing out on GJ. And if we go down to 4 hour, we will be able to identify fair value gaps on. So there's this gap here. I identified this gap in the morning. I was hoping that price will pull back to come and fill this fair value gap. That is still likely going to play out before the market closes this week. It's still likely going to play out. That's what I see on GJ. Okay, it's not. This won't be the right time to sell GJ. This won't be the right time to sell GJ. It won't be the right time. Wait for a retracement if you are considering selling. Wait for a retracement before you sell GJ. This would have been the good entry for GJ. After the formation of this hanging man, you would have sold GJ. So if you didn't sell after the formation of this hanging man, you had an opportunity after this little retracement, you had an opportunity to join the trend. You had missed this first opportunity, second opportunity, then you shouldn't be buying, sorry, you shouldn't be selling from this point. You should wait for price to go a retracement before you sell GJ. So my bias for GJ is bullish. It is bullish. Let's look at gold. Gold has been bullish. Gold has been bullish, strongly bullish. Gold has been bullish. So you can see gold has been bullish, and I think gold is still bullish. Gold has been bullish, and I think gold is still bullish. It is still bullish, but as you know, this won't be the right price. This won't be the good time to buy gold. You can see where the move started from. The move started from this point. The buy started from this point. If you didn't buy from this point, this would have been your first entry. Okay, when price closed above the high of this candle, this would have been the best entry. Okay, this would have been the best entry after the close of this candle above the high of this spinning top. That would have been the right time to buy. Now, if you didn't buy from this point, you had another opportunity to take the buy. You can see you had another opportunity after this retracement. Then after the formation of this bullish candle, you would have bought. So if you didn't buy from this point, you cannot be buying from the current market price. As far as I'm concerned, it's overpriced. Though price might continue going up, it's overpriced. I cannot buy at this price. I can't. If I want to buy, I need to see price retrace before I would buy. Okay, I can't buy from this point. I hope you're getting me. This is overbought. And as you can see, the reason I can't buy from this point is you can see you can see this fair value gap here. This retracement could just be to fill this fair value gap. Can you see this fair value gap here? So it could just be to fill that fair value gap. And once that fair value gap gets filled, there's a high probability that gold might retrace. So if the target is this zone or this level, I cannot be risking this much for this reward. I hope you're getting me. I cannot be risking this much for just this little reward. Okay, that's what most traders do. Their risk reward is very poor. They risk more and the reward is very low. That's why most traders are not consistently profitable. Okay, so you need to know the risk reward on the trade you are executing before you take it. Okay, so this risk reward is not a good one. It's not a good one. So avoid buying gold at the moment. Like I said, it is still bullish. Gold is still bullish, but before you buy, you should wait for a retracement. At least, price should retrace to this broken resistance on support. At least, should allow price pull back to test this resistance on support before you buy. Okay, this is another area you can consider buying. So it depends on the candlestick pattern that forms when price gets to these levels that will determine if you are to buy or sell. Okay, it's the candlestick pattern that will determine if you are to buy from this level or this level. Any question? Any question? Okay, let's look at USD CHF. Okay, USD CHF. If USD is bearish, USD CHF should be bullish. USD CHF should be bullish. it should be bullish, right? No, if USD is weak, then USD CHF should be selling, right? Yeah. Since dollar is weak, USD CHF should sell. So let's see the daily. So yesterday at the open of the market, before it sold, the first thing it did was to buy. It bought before going bearish. Okay, you can see the candle. This is the candle for yesterday market. So it's actually bought before selling. It's bought before selling. Let's go down to, okay. So with what I see here, I think USDHF is coming for this low. USDHF is coming for that low. So you can see here resistance was created. The resistance was created here. Can you see it? Price was also used to create the liquidity residing at this previous high. You can see. So this is a strong resistance level. You can only buy if this resistance is broken. That is the only time your bias should change from bearish to bullish. And as much the market is trading below this resistance level, we should look for sell. So I think USDCHF is coming for this low. Okay, it's coming for the liquidity residing at this previous low. That is what I see on USDCHF. That is what I see on USDCHF. Okay, that is what I see on USDCHF. And this move was to clear liquidity, and after liquidity got cleared, there was a shift in market structure at this point. Let me confirm that on the lower time frame. I think the shift in market structure occurred at this point. Let me confirm that on 1 hour. I thought I applied my vertical line on the chart. Okay. So let's go to so you can see the shift in market structure occurred here. Can you see that? This was used to clear the liquidity that was residing at this previous high. And after liquidity got cleared, we had a shift in market structure at this point. You can see that we had a shift in market structure at that point. Okay. So this is a bearish setup on USD CHF. It's a sell. USD CHF is bearish. It's bearish. So you can see we have fair value gaps here also. So this will be the first target for USD CHF. This fair value gap would be the next target. Price successfully breaks out from that fair value gap. Okay, so that should be the next target. The market is currently trading at 8221. So if you sell from the current market price or wait for London session, okay, look for your sell setup in London session. Look for your sell setup in London session, please. No, I'm not asking you to execute a trade now. Okay, so from this point to this point, I think that's about 70 pips profit. 70 pips profit. And like I said, wait for execution in London session. Look for your setup in London session or New York session. I hope that is clear. Have any other question? Any other instrument you want us to look at? Let me know in the comment section. We have just 2-3 minutes. 2 to 3 more minutes. So if you have any question, any instrument you want us to look at, let me know in the comment section. Please, if you're here to like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Give the video a thumbs up. And if this is your first time joining the live stream, I want to appreciate you for joining. Please do subscribe to the channel, and so that anytime I come on live, you get notified by YouTube. Ensure you subscribe to the channel. And if you're not on the WhatsApp group or the Telegram group, please do send me a message on WhatsApp so that you can be added to the Telegram group and also the WhatsApp group. So it appears there are no questions. Okay, so I think that will be all for tonight's session. I want to appreciate every one of you for your participation, for your consistency. I really appreciate it. My greatest desire is to see every one of you succeed in your trading business. Okay, that's the reason I show up every day. Come up here to share my opinion to you and also to encourage you, because I know some of you might be going through some challenges right now. We've been there, we've gone through that. Okay, we've gone through all that. So it is normal to experience those challenges. Okay, those challenges should make you make you become a better trader. Okay, the only way to grow is to experience challenges. If you don't experience challenges, you will not grow. So embrace those challenges. Embrace those challenges. Okay, let those challenges push you forward and not backward. Okay, let it push you forward. Keep failing forward and not backward. Okay, keep failing forward. All right, guys, you have a wonderful night.